The next day they told us it was cancer. It was in his kidneys, his liver, his lungs, and was heading for his spine.
Diagnosis is the most blackest of times.
So everything was all very new. We didn't know newborn babies even could get this thing called cancer.
The diagnosis of cancer in a child is a devastating thing that affects the entire family, and unfortunately, much as we would like to provide a complete, comprehensive, holistic management of the entire family, the simple fact is that what we can provide really is best available therapy for the child's treatment for their cancer. But when it comes to caring for the family as a whole, that's really where Cure Our Kids doesn't just come in there. Plays a vital role, because unless you've experienced serious illness, you just don't know how much it affects your family.
Cure Our Kids helps the whole family deal with what seemed to be at the beginning undealable with, and helps them sort of come to terms and supports them through a very difficult time.
They do an awful lot to support parents and to support children and support the activities of the ward.
The first thing I saw of Cure Our Kids was this huge bag of goodies and presents, and sort of a kind of a big welcoming type bag.
But it was like, Emily opening a big present and seeing what was in the bag.
Well, Cure Our Kids provides a survival kit that parents will be supplied with in those first few days. Now that contains, basic hygiene needs, change of clothing, access to meal vouchers.
At a time when things were being taken away from us, we were being given a whole bag full of things and a shoulder to cry on, a listening ear.
Which on a long weekend was very handy, because we didn't intend to spend the week in hospital or the next 2 years in hospital.
We're setting up your supper. So what are we doing today? We're going to be doing some card making and stuff, and sort of a bit of scrapbooking and stuff.
Cure Our Kids has been fantastic with craft mornings and stuff.
I never thought my dad was into craft. He's an aircraft mechanic, right? He's one of those oily people who can't help but meddle with things, but he just absolutely loves the craft sessions.
Big tough Aussie bloke doesn't do the sort of craft, but I went around a few times and it was excellent. It was really nice. It was just get to meet other people in the ward that have similar situations with their children.
It's just a wonderful opportunity to get together for a couple of hours. It enables you to talk to other parents, where they're at, what their child's diagnosis is, where they are in their journey.
The other things they do is the dinners. They're apparently really good, my parents tell me.
Families can meet each other. The parents come along, we have discussions, they meet each other, they see people that are going through the same thing as themselves.
Even I look around the room, I don't know any of these people here, but I know I could strike up a conversation because I have something in common with them.
Good to catch up with the other parents, plus to support the new parents that are going through, to give them hope.
I met people that had children that had already grown up, so it's been 15 years or 10 years, and so they were here to say, hey, my child was sick, he had either leukemia or a tumour or something, but now look, they've gone through it.
In the middle of the night, you wanted a snack or something, you go in, you could have a coffee, there was fruit there and
Meals,
little snack packs, frozen meals if you needed them.
In these afternoon teas we meet with people who are going through exactly what we're going through, and it's definitely one of those life experiences that you just could not understand until you got through it. So this kind of atmosphere in an informal setting like this, it takes the pressure off. You don't have to discuss your cancer issues if you don't want to, but you can.
I'm one of two music therapists that work in oncology, so that includes Camperdown and a couple of other boards, and we're funded by Cure Our Kids. Work on different aims, using music to reach those aims, so things like reducing anxiety or different developmentally appropriate goals, or relaxation, self-expression. We often get the the children to play instruments and things and improvise music, and so it's a different way for them to express themselves. Sometimes they just love giving a drum a big whack and that's all they want to do, so that's fine with us.
Sunshine and dried up all the rain, so Itsy spider climbed up the spout again.
I've had one child that was quite unwell for a long time, and the parents said after I'd finished the session with her that's the first time they saw her sit up when I went in, and she started like dancing around and playing with all the instruments and things, and that's the first time they'd seen her sit up for a whole week.
One for the little girl, and Matilda is her name.
You should put all the frogs in here. How many frogs can you find? How many is in there? And this is a big one. Ready? Is he going to jump in? Ribbit.
Plays an important part for a well child and a sick child. It gives them opportunity to explore their feelings, provides that safe and secure environment and something familiar in a place in the hospital where there's a lot of unfamiliar things.
The Cura Kids provide the bravery beads. After you have something done, they give you a bead for it, and it's sort of like the story of your journey. It starts off, they give you your name, and then you just start off from where you began. So I got the blue one, which was for my central line getting put in, and this one was for a bone marrow biopsy. And this little bird is for the lumbar puncture. And that's my major surgery when I had my tumour taken out. And that's because I had a good day. That's for a blood transfusion. And yeah.
As far back as I can remember, after being diagnosed, Cura Kids has always been helping me and helping my parents, and it means so much.
The combination of the doctors at Westmead and Cura Kids and all that has made the journey better. Yep. Can't say it's good, but it's better.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of support. It's that area of compassion where Cura Kids come into. Really, the day I die, I'll be deeply indebted to.
It's just such a huge burden. You have to share it with as many people as you can lean on as possible. And Cura Kids is just another team of people you can lean on.